So it's Valentine's coming up at the weekend, and I wanted to make a video about what that might mean to me, but also might mean to you. So I started to think about what specifically would I talk about, and um, Valentine's is the celebration of our wedding. It's our anniversary, but also of when Vic and I first met. We met just before Valentine's 11 years ago. And I started to think about maybe I would make a video about being in a relationship. And we did work out all our difficulties first before we got married. So we didn't get married to sort of try and fix it or change anything. We really did get married as a celebration of being together. But obviously we've had our difficulties, and we've had some great difficulties. So it is one of the things I want to talk about. How did we get through that? How did we change things and turn things around? But before I do that, I want to talk to you about being in a relationship with yourself, because that's really at the foundation of what it's about. The big turnaround for us was when I stopped trying to fix Vic so I could be happy, and gave him the space to stop actually trying to fix someone else so that he felt he had permission to be happy. And we had this kind of chain reaction going on. And when I stopped doing that and I started to focus on myself, things changed. And okay, I had to really hit rock bottom for that to happen. But that's what I want to talk to you about today. So if I can share anything with you to get you into a stronger position to either go out and meet somebody and create the relationship you want, or to look at your existing relationship and to create the relationship you want. So Valentine's is traditionally about celebrating either being with somebody, unrequited love, secretly telling people about how you feel. And in fact, this year is leap year. So it is 1 in 4 years. Traditionally, the lady can propose to the man. I think our gender roles have changed a lot in society today for that not to necessarily be a carriage tradition now, but maybe for some people. So I really want to invite you to reflect on, if your relationship isn't working with somebody, or you have difficulties, or if you're not creating and finding a relationship with someone else, the ideal relationship, is that a reflection of the relationship that you have with yourself? Now, I know a lot of self-help books talk about you've got to love yourself, loving yourself is the key. It is, it's very true, but it's easier said than done when you may have issues that you have to come to terms with. You may have past events you have to come to terms with. So I'm going to set you a little task and invite you to have a go at this. I am going to do it myself. I've been thinking about it for a while. I think it's good to do whether you feel you have a good relationship with yourself or not. And it is not complicated, but I hope that the more you put into it, the more heartfelt the experience, the more you'll get out of it. So we traditionally write Valentine's cards to people that we love, or people that we would like to be in a relationship with on Valentine's Day. So I'm going to invite you to write a love letter, a Valentine's love letter to yourself. Now, rather than just to your general self, when I work with people with past trauma and past events and experiences and stressors and particular triggers, there's usually a part of us that's holding the information about that trigger. So let's say, for example, the way your partner looks at you, or the way somebody in your family looks at you, really to you means something, and it can create a feeling in you. Okay? There'll be a part of you that's holding that information, and it's based on past experience, what you learnt to be safe or unsafe at that time. So I'm going to invite you we're going to go into the heart. We're going to do an exercise where we just do the ABC of heart conscious breathing, and then I'm going to invite you to allow a part of you that needs that attention, a part of you that you could write that Valentine's love letter to. And we're just going to explore giving that love to that part of you that comes forward, so that you can kind of bring that part home again and reconnect with that part that has been feeling maybe a little bit disconnected, not just from you, but from everybody or everything, because of a past experience or just because of something that they thought or believed about themselves, which of course in turn means you think and believe about yourself. Okay, so we're made up of many, many parts. Okay, and the good news about that is that you are more than the sum of your parts. But those parts do add up to creating your behaviours and your strategies and your patterns. So we can change those behaviours and strategies and patterns by addressing where that information is stored and the parts of you that are holding that information. So what I'd like us to do, and please feel free obviously to go back and replay this and go back over this, but we're just going to do the simple steps to heart conscious breathing. So the first step is A, so it's just ABC, is attention to the heart area. And if you'd like to, you can put your hand on your heart just to help you come out of your head. Everything has a meaning. We give meaning to things in our head. We want to come out of that meaning. If we don't give ourselves chance to create new meanings, how do we give ourselves chance for that meaning to be extended to other people and allow them to see us in a new way? So we're going to bring our attention to the heart area. And B is we're just going to breathe. Just a little bit deeper into the heart and out of the heart. And just feel the breath going into the heart and out of the heart. Just keep your attention into the heart and out of the heart. Into the heart and out of the heart. And C, the third step, is to just connect to a feeling of appreciation. Now we're going to do that by focusing on the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Let's just do the second step for a little while, breathing in and breathing out. Doesn't matter whether it's in through your mouth or your nose. Just slow the breath and regulate it. Same breath in and out. And you can just say to yourself, I'm breathing into my heart. I'm breathing out of my heart. I'm breathing into my heart. I'm breathing out of my heart. If you close your eyes for a moment as you breathe in and breathe out, I'm just going to ask you now, if there was a part of you that could come forward that you could write that Valentine's love letter to. Just let that part make themselves known to you. And you may get a sense of a younger self. You may get a sense of just a part of you as you are now that is carrying a certain feeling, a certain thought. You may just want to write that to your general self and see what happens. But just let that part step out. Just acknowledge. And I want you to connect with that feeling of appreciation for that part. That part's been holding this information for you, holding something that's been helping you, protecting you, keeping you safe. And in your own time, when you're ready, if you want to get a pen and paper, or just sit at your computer or your iPhone or iPad, or just send a message. And if you need to go away and get those resources, just go through those steps again. Attention to the heart area, breathing in and out of the heart area, and connecting with a feeling of appreciation for this part that's been holding whatever that information is. And we're going to write that Valentine's letter. In the next video, I'm going to talk about 5 areas that I think we can focus on that will help to improve that relationship with yourself, and therefore improve your relationship with others. Let me know how it feels to write that letter.